Hello everyone and welcome back to the Music Dungeon with me, mackplaysbanjo. Today we have a fairly special video, a viewer request, requested by Greg. Now Greg emailed me with a tab that he had transcribed off of one of Jens Kosch's videos that I had checked out in my Jens Kosch video. He tabbed out the whole song and sent it to me, which was awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But then he also requested that I make a video on Dave Hum. Now, I know of Dave Hum. I think I've seen one or two videos of him playing over the years. I know a lot of people hold him in really high regard. I've never done a deep dive into his playing until now. Greg compiled a list of YouTube videos of his and put all their links in the order which he thought I should present them on the channel, which was awesome. Again, big thank you to Greg for this. So what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to be going through those videos that Greg sent me in the order. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all today because there are a lot of them, but we'll do as many as we can without making this video egregiously long. And we're going to do a little bit of a playing review of Dave Hum. We're going to go through it. I'm going to try and see if there's anything really interesting about his playing that I can point out that maybe we can learn from. So anyways, again, thank you to Greg for compiling all these and sending them to me, and let's get right into it.
Hey guys, Editing Mac here. Now before I filmed this video, I really had no idea who Dave was, and right after I finished editing it, I went and looked him up to see if I could learn any more about him because I liked his playing. And I discovered that unfortunately he passed away in 2012. Another thing I learned was that his unorthodox right hand technique was due to some physical issues he had where he couldn't physically play with his right hand planting like most banjo players do. I had no idea that was the case at the time when I recorded the video, so obviously all the comments I make about his right hand technique go totally out the window because he couldn't physically do it. I had no idea at the time, but I think that just really drives home how amazing of a player that he was, that he could work around that and still play so well. So yeah, just disregard all that, and hopefully this video can just be an appreciation of his work and his playing. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video.
First up in our little foray into Dave Hum, we have Tamlin, the Glasgow, and let's take a little look-see. Okay, first impressions. The first thing I noticed is that he's not planting on the head, which is interesting. Almost all players plant on the head, and for good reason. It can really, really help with your accuracy, but it does kind of dampen the head a little bit. You'll notice this if you ever take your hand off of the head and you pluck a bunch of strings and then you put your fingers down, there will be a noticeable muting effect. Not that that's a bad thing per se. A lot of banjos do need that muting effect to really have a good tone, or at least if not to have a good tone, it kind of can help you punch through in a band situation to not have so much ringing, so many overtones going on. And I've seen guys take their fingers off the head to get that ringing effect, but rarely have I ever seen someone just straight up not plant his fingers on the head, which is really interesting. I think he may be putting his wrist on the head, which would mute it so much more than the fingers. So I'm not totally sure what's going on here or why he isn't planting. If he isn't planting in order to get that ringing sound, but then he's shoving his wrist down on the head, it would be better just to plant because he'll be muting the drum head way more with his wrist on it. Maybe that's just more comfortable for him though or something. I don't know. Not a criticism, just something interesting. This is a cool arrangement for sure. One thing that I would like, and this is really just personal taste, so it's not a criticism on him, but I think it would probably sound better if he kind of had a lighter attack, because he's really punching those strings hard. And it's not overdriving the banjo, because I think this banjo is set up for that, but it really sounds like he's attacking it with all he's got. And as a consequence, it does sound a little bit stilted. Like, it's not quite as smooth as it could be. And I think what might help him get it smoother would be lightening up his attack a little bit. So if he just didn't punch the banjo as hard with his right hand, he might get it sounding a little smoother. And he really doesn't need that volume and aggression in this setting, unless that's just what he likes and wanted for this arrangement, in which case, you know, that's totally fine. That's just my personal opinion. I think that it would probably sound better if he lightened up a little bit, make it smoother. The tone would be a little bit more sonorous to the ear, less bluegrassy. Just my opinion, though. Okay, very good. He clearly has quite a bit of understanding of the banjo neck. He used a lot of different techniques there: melodic, single string, Scruggs style, of course. My only criticism is that he may be punching it a little too hard, and so that might make it sound a little bit more stilted than it needs to. But other than that, looks really good. His left hand looks really good. His right hand, although unconventional, and I'm not sure why it's unconventional, sounded pretty good. He wasn't like flubbing tons of notes or anything, so it's clearly working for him, his technique. And here's the second video, Dave Hum Southern Flavor 3. Let's check it out. Okay, we get a little bit better view of his right hand here. He definitely has his wrist down on the head, and I don't know why. Maybe that's just how it's comfortable for him, in which case, go for it, dude. If it's for like a technical reason, you know how I was talking about like the fingers muting it, then it wouldn't be a great strategy. But if this is just what's comfortable for him, then whatever. That is going to be muting the head a lot, and that's definitely part of his kind of punchy, overdriven tone that he's got. Very unique, though. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else have a right hand like that. Anyways. What he's doing there is really cool. I've never really heard that before. This guy clearly has a lot of cool original ideas, and his arrangements sound really, really good so far. It's kind of reminiscent of Raymond Fairchild with those little slides. He's a good arranger for sure. Oh, he's got his own CD, huh? Dave Hum Celtic and Bluegrass 5-string banjo CDs, 10 pounds. Each CD has 21 tracks. Wow. Very cool. I wonder if we can find that online. This guy, it sounds like he really likes writing out arrangements of songs and then getting those really, really down, which is cool. Which is cool. There aren't a ton of banjo players who did this. If I was just out here busking, I'd just be like improvising over stuff, because rarely do I want to come up with my own arrangement and then write it down and then play it the same way every time, which I really should do more of that, and I will in the future at some point when my goals are different. But yeah, he has a lot of cool things in his arrangement. A lot of stuff I haven't really seen before. I bet he spends a lot of time just sitting with the banjo, just like messing around, coming up with new stuff. All right, moving on to the next video. This is him playing Pike County Breakdown, and this is going to be the first like real bluegrass we've seen him play. So this can be a defining video. We'll see how well he plays bluegrass. It'll be curious to see how his tone fits into bluegrass, because it's a very like punchy bluegrass tone. But then with his wrist down on the head, I don't know, it's interesting. We'll see how that sounds in a full band, if he's playing with a full band. He might just be playing by himself. Okay, that was really cool. Something I want to mention about his right hand technique is his right hand is really bouncing a lot. And every time it bounces up, it gets out of position. Out of position meaning it's not where it needs to be for the next time he plucks the strings. So every time he plucks and his hand goes up, he then has to bring his hand back down to get back into the right position to play notes. That, I think, is where all these flubs are coming from, is that he has to bring his hand back down in order to play the next notes. If he kept his hand down all the time, I don't think we'd be hearing all these flubbed notes. Not saying it was a bad performance or anything, not by any means, but he definitely did have more mistakes, more inaccuracies than we've seen in the other two videos. I think that may be due to his bouncing hand. So I would try to keep my hand as still as I could there so that it's always in position to hit the next note. That was a very cool arrangement of it though. Again, a lot of interesting stuff. This guy has a lot of cool ideas that I haven't really seen in other places. All right, our next video, and I know I'm kind of blazing through these, but I have quite a few. I'm trying to get through them all if I can in this video. Dave Hum in the Summertime. So watch his right hand for that bouncing I was talking about, because he's doing it again here too. His tone sounds a lot less overdriven in this clip, which is really, really nice. I think it's a better tone than like what he had in the first video. He's not punching it as hard, and I think that really, it's letting the banjo breathe more. It doesn't sound like the banjo is fighting for its life, you know? So yeah, it's sounding really good. He's got super clean trills. Listen to that. Really, really good. Oh, that was sweet. That was really nice. Okay, I know I'm interrupting this one a lot, and it's really, really cool. This is my favorite so far. But listen to this. Right here. That was like that that JD Crow backup lick, right? Or was that an Earl? Like this thing, and I'm sorry because this banjo's really out of tune, but... Oh, that is so out of tune. Should I tune it and re-video that? Nah. But yeah, this... He like modified that. Listen for it. It's almost like that. Very similar. So he's taking other people's licks, like from bluegrass, modifying them to his, bending them to his will, so to speak, and then putting them in his arrangements, which is an awesome, awesome thing to do. There was another modified bluegrass lick right there. That's like Cripple Creek, they just threw in there. Nice. Ending on the 7th chord there. That's a good touch. Yeah, that was definitely my favorite so far. Really, really nice arrangement. If I saw him on the street playing that, I'd go nuts. I would love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was really, really good. 10 out of 10 for that. Okay, this is our penultimate video here that I have. This is him playing clinch mount backstep. Wow, he's got the beard and long hair going on here. It's a good look, man. It's a good look. All right, let's check this out. Hold up, he's planting now. Yeah, he's planning with his with these two fingers now. Huh, interesting. I wonder if this is before the other videos when he figured out his new technique. I don't know. What is the reason for him putting his wrist down on the head then? I'm really curious why he does that if he knows how to play like this. It must just be more comfortable for him, I would guess. I don't know. If any of you guys know the answer, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, he's still got so much extra motion in his right hand, which I know, guys, I harp on this constantly. But if you watch Bela Fleck's hand, right hand. If you watch Noam Pekelny's right hand, you watch Ron Block's right hand, you watch Jens Kruger's right hand, you watch Earl Scruggs' right hand, you watch Jade Crow's right hand, all these people, you watch their right hand, you will see that they have very little movement in it. And that helps them pick more accurately, helps them pick faster, helps them pick for longer because they'll have fewer like joint issues. You don't want extra movement. That's just gonna mess with your playing in all sorts of ways. So always try and get your movement down so that you're just plucking the strings and you don't have extra flailing with your fingers. Anyways, rant over. Okay. Another thing I'm really curious about is what's going on with his thumb, because it looks like there's a metal band or something around here and then it goes out, which the video isn't high enough resolution for me to tell what it is. But I'm really curious what's going on with that. If that's like a different kind of thumb pick or what. That was nice. He clearly likes the blues. It sounds really good. I'm curious if this guy improvises. I think everything we've seen from him has been arranged. So he played the same thing multiple times through with this. That's not a bad thing. I'm just curious if he does improvise or if he's just an arrangement guy. I'd be really curious to see him like take an improvise break in a band setting. Okay, and our last video, Dave hummed The Traveler. Greg also sent a Banjo newsletter article, which I think is an interview of this guy. I'm not going to go over that in this video, but I'll put the link in the description if you want to go check that out. But let's check out this video. Huh, okay, he's using a metal thumb pick. That is really interesting. I wonder if that's what I was seeing in the last video. This may be the first banjo player that I have seen who's not like just a true beginner, like been playing for a week or two, who uses a metal thumb pick. That's really, really interesting. I wonder if he likes them better or if he's just never tried a plastic one. Because like I said, no one uses a metal thumb pick. So that's really interesting. I would love to chat with this dude. He has so many interesting things that I would love to like get his opinion on. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Really, really unique player, and I really appreciate that. That was really cool, and not the easiest thing to do in the world either, especially as cleanly as he did it, plucking between the open string and all the hammer offs. Hammer offs? What the heck? Pull offs? Yeah, very cool stuff. He got some money. That's awesome. You can hear the coins smacking into each other in the case. That's pretty sweet. I love busking. Man, he's getting so much money. Oh my gosh. This must be a busy area. It's a lot of coins clinking. Gonna get a new banjo soon, eh? That's awesome. There are really two types of musicians that push their instrument and music forward. There are innovators and there are refiners. Innovators come up with their own stuff and just do it the way that makes sense to them, and refiners take how other people have done it and do it better. Dave is definitely an innovator, and I really, really appreciate that. He does a lot of things his own way, a way that I've never really seen anyone else do them before, and just does what works for him, which is awesome. I think that is such an essential role for any instrument or any form of music. You gotta have people who are always being like, oh, why do you always plant your fingers on the head? Why can't we do it this way? And then they try it out, and then we all get to go see it, and we're like, oh, yeah, why do we need to do it that way? Or why can't we do it this way? Earl Scruggs was one of those people who's like, oh, well, why can't you pick it with 3 fingers and do this kind of music with it? You could argue that Earl Scruggs was a refiner too, but I still think it's a good example. I really appreciate Dave's unique way of playing the instrument. I would love to talk with him and pick his brain about why he's done some of those things that way. Are they just more comfortable for him, or is there like a meditated thought process where he was like, oh, well, if I put my wrist down on the head, then I can have this benefit and this benefit. I don't know, but I'd really be curious to ask him about that. But yeah, thank you again so much to Greg for compiling these videos for me and emailing them to me. Really appreciate you, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you watched all the way to the end, please leave a comment telling me, and you'll get I don't know, a golden banjo pick. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to give you anything. I will reply to your comment, though, with a goofy joke. I don't know. Just comment. Let me know you made it all the way to the end, and I'll give you a gold star or something. But yeah, if you liked the video, please go check out some of my other videos. You'll probably like those too. You can also like and subscribe if you want, which I don't usually ask for, but we are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really want to get there before February. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.